Hello everyone, I am Sonia. I am working as a Salesforce Business Analyst at Winfomi. So today's session is related to Salesforce Data 360, formerly known as Data Cloud. So in this session, we are going to see how we are going to connect the Sales Cloud data to the Data Cloud and then activating and sending it to the Marketing Cloud. So today we are particularly focusing on one of the business use case on identifying high value customers in Data Cloud and sending them to the Marketing Cloud for personalized campaigns. Today's agenda is connecting Sales Cloud to Data Cloud, data mapping and configuring the data, segmenting the data, activating and creating activation target to the data, and sending the data to the Marketing Cloud. The industry type as retail and the company name as Smart Retail as basically a retail footwear company. And I have already mentioned you the business case that we are going to identify the high value customers for Smart Retail in Data Cloud and sending them to the Marketing Cloud for personalizing campaigns and emails. So before moving on, we will see what is Salesforce Data Cloud. So basically Salesforce Data Cloud is a real-time customer data platform that unifies customer data from multiple sources into a single trusted customer profile. It also centralizes data from Salesforce and external systems. And it also resolves duplicate customer identities using identity resolution. And it enables real-time insights, AI, and personalization. It also acts as a foundation for Customer 360 and Agentforce. So this is the Data Cloud flow. So how it usually works. So we can connect through data stream, unstructured data and structured data through external system and Salesforce CRM. And next thing is, after moving to the data stream, we can connect the data. So after connecting, we can harmonize the data. So harmonizing is done in between the data lake object and data model object, where we usually make the raw data to a structured data. So that is known as data harmonization. And then what we do is the next step is analyze and act, where we perform calculated insights, segments, activation, and we export the data to the external system. So this is the Data Cloud architecture. First thing is we'll connect the data from the data stream, and then we move to the data lake object, where the data lake object is created automatically when the data stream pulls the data from the connected data, and then it is moved to data model object. So in the data lake object, the data will be in raw mode, and when it is moved to data model object, when it is mapped, it becomes an intelligent data that is in a structured format. And then we also configure the identity resolution to remove duplicate and create a single unified customer profile. And then we create a calculated insight to aggregate and get the metrics of the particular business use case or the data. And then we can segment the data according to the high value customers or low value customers, and then we can activate and we can send it to the Marketing Cloud or any other external system which you wish to send the activated data. First step in Salesforce Data Cloud is connecting data from data stream. So we'll quickly look into what is data stream. So a data stream is basically the pipeline that brings data from external system into Data Cloud. Like you can think it like a bridge between the Sales Cloud and the Data Cloud. So in our case, like we are using the Salesforce Sales Cloud data, and we are taking the objects, person account, sales order, and sales order item. So we are basically ingesting the Data Cloud using Salesforce CRM data stream. And as soon as the data stream is being created, the data lake object is also automatically created. I'll quickly show you in the Salesforce instance. So here I have connected through data stream the account, sales order, and sales order item. How we can create a new data stream? So I'll just quickly walk through. So here I have Salesforce CRM. So I'm connecting. How we can connect this? Like we can click on new data stream and you can select your preferred stream to connect. And then from you can also add data from bundle and also on the object level. And here I have already moved sales order datas. And if you click on next, you can give the data lake object label and data stream name and object category. So object category, we basically have three types, that is profile, category, engagement category, and other category. Profile category is like you basically select profile category. It stores like identity information like account, contact point, email, address, or anything like who's the customer. The data related to that is being stored in the profile category. So it also helps you identify customer and merge duplicates and build unified profile. So profile category is basically for identity resolution. And the next thing is engagement category. So engagement category is basically the interaction behavior. What did the customer do? So if in case like the email is open, click, or the app login, we usually put that data in the engagement category. Other category, apart from which doesn't come under profile or engagement category, it comes under other category. The other category in Data Cloud stores like other supporting business data that does not represent customer identity or direct customer interaction. So it takes like transaction data, custom objects, or business records. And select the object category according to your business case, if it's profile or engagement or other. And then you can select the fields which you want and click on next, and then you can deploy. So if you deploy, a data stream record is being actually created. And one more thing which you have to see is data ingestion timings. So how the data is being flowed. If you are using the marketing connector, marketing cloud, so the look back window, that is you can take the data of 90 days and the data delivery is batch, which is like on schedule type, and the latency is hourly deltas or 24 hours refresh. And the refresh is based on upsert or full refresh. If the data is flowing from Salesforce CRM. Like for look back window, we don't have limit, and the data delivery is scheduled, that is batch, and you can do for 10, and the latency is 10 minutes or bi-weekly, and the refresh mode is upsert or full refresh. And if you're getting the data from cloud file storage such as Amazon S3, GCS, or Azure, at that time the lookback window is like none, and data delivery is on batch mode, and the latency is 5 minutes, and the refresh mode is upsert or full refresh. If you're taking the data from B2C commerce, so the lookback window, the data which you can get is for 30 days data, and the data delivery is batch, and the latency is sales order and sales order customer. It is based on hourly, and the others is based on daily. And sales order you can do upsert refresh mode, and all others are full refresh mode. And marketing cloud personalization connector, like the lookback window is 0, and the data delivery is nearly real time, and the profile it takes 15 minutes to reflect, and events or engagement it just take 2 minutes. And the refresh mode is for users it's upsert, and all others it's on insert mode. And if you're ingesting through API, the lookback window we don't have, and the data delivery is nearly real time, takes around 15 minutes, and the refresh mode is upsert. And for web and mobile SDK, the data delivery is near real time, and it takes for user profiles hourly, and for engagement 15 minutes. And if you're connecting MuleSoft using Ingestion API, at that time the data delivery is nearly real time, and the latency is 15 minutes. Once the data stream is being deployed, the data lake object is created automatically. So we'll just look into what is data lake object. So when data enters Data Cloud via data stream, it is stored in raw format. The raw storage table is called data lake object. So Sales Cloud object is person account, sales order, and sales order item, and Data Cloud DLO is account DLO, sales order DLO, sales order item DLO. So DLO is basically the raw copy of source data. So you cannot directly segment from DLO. And after that, data lake object, this is the data like account, sales order item is being automatically created. And from here, like we are gonna map the data. So currently the data is now raw data. Now we are gonna make it into a structured format by connecting it to the data model entities. So here we are mapping the fields and making it even more structured. So I have mapped for the sales order. I have taken important fields like abandoned cart, confirmation date, and the primary key we have to give for record ID is sales order ID in the data model object. And we are mapping the source field, order amount to total amount. So here we are actually mapping the fields and making it even more structured. I have done that to the sales order item, and account data. And then the the data model object is being created. So we'll just look into what is data model. So data model in Salesforce Data Cloud identifies how customer data is structured, standardized, and related. It converts raw data into meaningful customer data, uses Salesforce Customer 360 standard model, makes data usable for analytics, AI, and activation. So after data comes into DLO, you map into standard data cloud model. Like you have some standard model objects like individual, contact point, email, sales order product. And then the map structured object is called data model object. So DLO is actually raw and it is mapped to DLO and it have become as an usable structure. In our smart retail, we are using person account is mapped to individual, sales order is mapped to sales order line item is mapped to sales order product, contact point email, that is email is mapped to contact point email, and then now data understands the relationship. So everything is being connected, which is like very raw is being structured and it is mapped to the data model object. So what happens after data modeling? So once data is mapped to DMO in Salesforce Data Cloud, it moves from structured data to intelligent data. So next step, what we do is we create identity resolution, we create calculated insight, we segment them, and we create an activation target and activate to the external system. What is identity resolution? So if in case the retail customers may exist multiple times, like a single customer may have same email, same phone number, and different accounts. So the customer is same, but it is in different perspective. So what we do is we actually merge the duplicate entities. So it creates a customer unified single profile. So it actually reduces the duplicates and gives a golden record of that single customer. Here I have created the identity resolution as a unified customer identity. Here I have given the matching rules. So you basically you can create the rules here. So I have given on based on top of email address. So here I have taken the data model object contact point email and the field email address, and the match methods should be exactly normalized. So have based on this profile is being unified and it is being identified and it is being duplicate. So here the consolidated rate is 2%. Out of total unified profiles is 223 out of 227 in our use case. So if record 1 is having john@gmail.com and also the record 2 is having the same Gmail, but in the first record the ID is different, the account ID, but we are having the same email but different records. So what it does is it combines as a single profile. Now it will be a single unified profile. So this is the use of identity resolution. So once the identity resolution is created, now we are moving on to the calculated insight. So what is calculated insight in Salesforce Data Cloud? It is like you are creating aggregated or computed metrics from raw transactional to a behavioral data. So you can use them in like segmentation, activation, and analytics. It's like a customer metric calculation over your data. So for example, like if you want total purchase amount, total order count, or like an average order value or the last purchase date, so you can, with the help of calculated insight, you can do it. So here like in our use case, what we do is we are actually in smart retail, we are using calculated insight to calculate total spent, order count, and last purchase date per customer, so that we can target the right customer with right campaigns. So in the calculated insight, I have created a sales order insight, and here I'll show you how it works. So I have created using Visual Insights Builder. We have joined the individual unified link individual. So in this calculated insight, we are actually aggregating the customer order count, customer's lifetime order value, and the customer's last order date and the unified individual ID to aggregate and get the total customer lifetime order value. Once the calculated insight is created, we are moving to segmentation. So segmentation, like in Salesforce Data Cloud, is the process of creating a target audience group from unified customer profiles based on specific conditions. So here like we are actually going to segment high value customers. So in this customer filtration, what we used to do is here I have created high value customer. So in this I have given some rules to segment the high value customer. have taken this high value customer from my sales order insight and have given the condition that customer's lifetime order value should be greater than 5000, and also the customer's last order date should be last number of months, that is the last 3 months. Based on that, the segment is being worked, and here we are segmenting the data of high value customer, the customer who have purchased more than 5000 rupees and who's having within a limit period of 3 months. Once the segment is created and the rule is given, like we can publish the segment, and then like you can also segment based on the attribute and behavioral segment. On the attributes, it's like based on profile fields like which city or loyalty tier or gender based. Behavioral based and viewed on the product in last 7 days, open mails 2 to 3 times, or clicking the links kind of thing. And also you can do transactional segmentation like based on purchase and order count and how much amount they spend. And also the fourth thing is calculated insight based segmentation, which we use right now on our smart retail, which is like using aggregated metrics like total lifetime value, average order value, frequency. Based on that, you can also create the segmentation. So you can click on go to data cloud, click on segments, new segment, and here you can choose the primary object and you can add filtration, validate, publish, and activate to the targeted system over here. Once segment is activated, we have to create an activation target. So it is like a destination setup where data cloud data we are going to send, so where the data segment should go. So in our business use case, we are moving to the our target is marketing cloud. So here I have created an activation target named SFMC, and the platform here I have given is marketing cloud data extension. So you can click on new, and here I have selected marketing cloud engagement and have given next. I have given the activation target name, description, and the data space as default, and then if you click next, you'll just create a new activation target. After that, we have to create activation. So activation is sends the segment data to the external system. So we have a few steps to do in activation. We'll select which segment we are sending, and we have to choose the activation target. We can map the fields, and then we can publish the activation. Now like segment members are pushed to marketing cloud data extension. In our use case, we are sending it to the marketing cloud. Here I have created the activation named high value customer MC. Here I have selected the segment as high value customer, and then I have selected the activation target also as SFMC, as you can see here. And then I have created some filtrations over there, and then I have mapped some fields, and I have activated over there. And once the activation is activated, here you can see the activation history. So here the segment is 6 and the activation is 3. As I have given some attributes filtration over there, like if the email address has value, only then it should send that particular data to the marketing cloud instance. And after the activation is done, we can just go and check in our marketing cloud whether those data is being reflecting in the marketing cloud. Here I'm going to audience builder, and then I'm clicking on contact builder over here, and we are clicking on data extensions. Under the shared items folder, you can see shared data extension. Over there, like the customer 360 segment will be created automatically once it is activated. And here is our high value customer data. If you click on this and if you click on records, we have got like around 3 high value customer records. So using this data, like you can send a personalized email to the customer, and actually it's been successfully activated. So what is the business outcome for smart retail? So after activation, marketing cloud can send VIP offers to the high value customers, send discount coupons, send loyalty program invitation, send early access sale invite. And due to this, the result for smart retail will be increase in revenue, higher retention, personalized marketing, better customer experience. I hope this session helps you. Thank you.